Okay. So the players are going to start making their way on the ice, ladies and gentlemen. John out here with you. It's been a while since we joined you. It is the Sharks and the Warhawks. It was a 5-game road stand for Waterford. And as we get things settled, I just want to give you the starters here for the Sharks. We'll do the same for the Warhawks and break down the particulars. Cole Halgamo, Isaac Gibbs, Zach Molkowski, Brandon Sherwalk, Alex Sharp, Michael Redmond, Andrew Polosha, Spencer Bowman, Joel Skolin, Justin McComas, on D, Nick Papandrea, Theo Goody, Chris Martin, Jake Prober, Christopher Seeley, George Holt, and Brendan Pfeiffer. Again, we'll see who will start today for the Sharks. You do have Ian Morton and Rogue Long listed. We'll see if we see a 49 or a 36. And for the Warhawks, let me make sure that I not move the phone here because it's going to move the starters. So my roster sheet is completely a mess. It's Andrew Allen, Austin Hickner, Brian Gibbies, Caleb Hoffman, Grant Molkowski, Isaac Mazzola, Isaiah Hyatt, Jake Fry, John Ripto, the one-time Shark Jonathan Yanowski, Justin Green, Kelly Woolrath, Kyle Brock, Michael Schwanke, Nate Austin, Nick Allen, Noah Chambers, Captain C. Tommy Morgan, and number 25, Trevor Knight. So as far as my roster sheet, as I mentioned, I update these every week. These are completely different starters outside of the Captain C. Tommy Morgan and those in goal. The Warhawks coming off of a loss 12-1 to the Muskegon Voyagers. They are 1-11 on the year. The Sharks also coming off an overtime loss, 10-1-1, 4-3 in a shootout to the Michigan Shadow. Brent Sommerfeld was really strong in that game, but so was Jacob Gillum. He's not getting the start in that tonight, but I was thankful to reach out to me to get some corrections in terms of the road game and the things that are on the sheets. So once we get to the anthems, I'll give you some MIHL news, I'll give you some jersey news, and maybe some standings procuration and throughout the second intermission as well, because these teams are going to hit the halfway point of the regular season tonight. There's 26 games. These teams are entering game number 13. So we will pause for the anthems, and then I will break into more.
Nick Allen. Number 10, Austin Hickner. Number 25, Trevor Knight. Number 16, Justin Green. Number 12, Kelly Walrith. And in net, number 30, Michael Schwanke. And for your Waterford Sharks, number 61, Andrew Galusha. Number 2, Cole Helgamo. Number 5, Nick Papandrea. Number 18, Christopher Martin. Number 96, Brendan Pfeiffer. And in net, number 49, Ian Morton. Please direct your attention to center ice for our ceremonial puck drop.
So ceremonial puck drop there for Spencer Bowman. Be able to get set to take that one. I don't have a 77 on the sheet, but looks like Tommy Morgan and Spencer Bowman. So ceremonial puck drop between Tommy Morgan and Spencer Bowman. Again, both of these teams are at their halfway mark of the season. John and I are with you live from the Red Rink. Again, it's been about 5 weeks since we last covered a home game. Now, the last time these two teams were supposed to play, I believe, at Buffalo Wild Wings Arena, the Warhawks side of it was postponed. So they will have a makeup game. And when I looked on my schedule for tonight, I believe this is the last time these two teams will meet up at Lakeland Ice Arena and the Red Rink for the regular season. Again, remember that down the stretch when we talk about that more in the second intermission. But this is a completely different group from what we saw during, I think, week 7, week 6 last time out here in the Red Rink. So we'll see what we get with the Warhawks. Again, Schwenke getting his second road start. We get a chance to see him, the former Shark, and the MIHL Bill Law Memorial Cup champion, Central Michigan Chippewa. Pfeiffer, excellent move as he'll work his way to the left side. Slow up there off of a cross pass, looking for Polosha. No inverse of 16 in Kieran Carlisle. He's not in the lineup today. Now, as I noticed, Nick Papandrea and a couple other Sharks that don't always make an appearance are in the lineup today. Now, normally I would say for roster construction in terms of record and things like that, but I think we can also say, don't you have to hit the 8-game quota in order to qualify for a playoff lineup? If Papandrea wants to do that, he's going to need to get some games in. So perfect time for him to be able to lace up the skates today as we get a stoppage at 19:10. We got a neutral zone draw here. Again, both teams, as I mentioned, Sharks 10-1-1. They have a game in hand that will not be used today because I believe the Shadow are also in action. They are a point ahead of the league pace there as a shot from Schwenke goes wide and settle back down the end boards here for Theo Goody. Race for the puck into the left side end boards. That's where my blind spot will be. And the Warhawks able to kiss this away just out of the zone as this will be lifted. Opportunity now for the Warhawks and off the rush, and a good stick blade knocks it away. Jake Prober, the Highland, Michigan native, sends the cross pass over here for the Sharks. Flip pass out of the air, looking for Theo Goody. Not a bad design, but this will be played back. Sharks have their original jerseys with the Boomer patch on now. They were using that alternate. Now, Jake Prober, I talked with Cooper Hopkins a little bit as well, and we were kind of mentioning the San Jose Sharks and the Anaheim Ducks colors, but it's also based off of the New York Islanders reverse retro, and that design has been taking place since the Sharks and the Muskegon Voyagers last met in the finals last season. There was many designs before that one. They had some funny stories to share with me, but that's all I can say by keeping it clean. This is played off the back pass to George Holt. And off the tie-up, Sharks lose the puck for a moment. As it will be Redmond with the chase for the puck. And upended is Ian Morton. A shot right on it. Was able to let him recover just late. And that was fought off by the Sharks netminder. I didn't see what knocked him down unless there was a spot in behind the crease. I think they're just brushing away some snow. Might have just slipped back there. So thankfully, Ian's all right. It's kind of like the NBA wet spots. Again, we are playing on ice. As this is flipped back in behind the end boards now. Player coach George Holt's been around for a while. This one knocked away out of the air here for the Sharks. Recollected for Skolin for a moment. And now flipped back down in amongst the end boards. For the Warhawks, I'll have to refresh my roster sheets again on the other side as this one's fought off by the Stegeschwenke. Here's a chance for Gibbs. It goes up and out of play just in case we get any other additions. But again, as I told you, my roster sheets that I normally do every week are a complete mess. So we're not going to get as many call-outs for the Warhawks here, but it will be right as far as doing everything for the game store and Hopeless Sports Guy and for the league website. And on the left side boards now with the Sharks. Shrinking, holding the butterfly near the left post as this goes back around the horn. Sharks will push this one in deep. They picked up nicely here for Detroit. Now on the left side boards, this will get picked off. Sharks will take a long flip. The glove out of the air. Gibbs has it on the rush, ricks his way, and this would be a pad save for Schwenken. Not a bad one there. He was pretty good that last time out. We saw these teams in the red rink about a month and a half ago. Sharks were in the middle of a change, and will settle back down now. And off the long pass, Justin McComas. Able to flip this one toward the net, looking for a backdoor pass from Sharp to McComas, and that one's picked off. Allen on the prowl. Can't get to the puck as it's picked up on the backhand for Brendan Sherlock. We got McComas at the net. This is contested near the left side of the end boards. Jake Prober settled this one down deep. It's contested in the middle of the circles. Prober gets it back, got a lane to shoot, and up into the trapper of Schwenke. He'll hold at 15:47. Now, last time I saw the Sharks in shadow covered on Go Live, they kind of changed the scoreboard around and everything tied up. I normally do time call-outs, but we will continue to do those per normal just to make sure everything is on the up and up. Sherlock in off the face-off win, and this pass was a little bit too hard there. Prober had to get rid of it quickly as this is sent back down the end boards. Allen will race for the puck. Try to throw this back to D, get it near the right side end boards and whip it around. Warhawks have played some of their best games in the red rink at Lakeland Ice Arena. We know a couple of their contests have been very close. Good crunch against the boards. Warhawks still working with the puck possession now. Sherlock try to cut it off. McComa step in front, try to buy him a lane. And this will be flipped up by the players' benches. Back around for Sharp. And at the point, off the long outstretched pass, bounces into the benches. We're about 5 minutes expired from this first frame. I will credit Jimmy Bolton, the GM of the Warhawks as well. Able to say hi to him before this game started, be able to get a completely different roster to be able to get their games in considering where they are. We talk about a little bit in the intermission coming up about the Wendigo and not being able to hold all of that stuff. It's a testament to the Warhawks of all these guys play. You want opportunities to see what happens, a good chance to get some playing time. It means a lot. Here's a chance at the net, but I think the whistle will blow that play dead at 14:44. It's the first real chance for the Sharks in the slot. Schrenk has already made about 4 saves, and the most action that Ian Morton's had is a spill near his crease so far, although he has made a save to my count. As Polosha, we'll see this one get pushed in the corner by the Warhawks. Again, they're in the road whites with the black pants and the yellow and blue striping. Holt's got to be quick about it in his own end. He makes a move off an outlet now and will spin. I thought he was going to make an outlet pass, but that was good hands on his own end. This will be pushed out for Papandrea. 3-on-1 developing. Papandrea off the lead. And Hogamo does not score. He was open near the back door, but Schwenke able to come up large. Big save for him. And we know that a lot from the Sharks' success in championship days. Be an ozone draw here for Waterford. Zach Mulkowski in on the circle. Good wrister and a slide right through. In for the Sharks. It goes right in. That is 29 I see on the sheet. That would be Nick Redmond. So Nick Redmond will get the first of the game here. About the 14:05 mark. Again, that was different from when I had it on the roster sheet here, so I will definitely have to refresh. As Milkowski, he will definitely get an assist on that one, as it's flipped in behind the end boards now. Pfeiffer will get a chance to pick it up. I noticed that they were using the same goal song that the Red Wings were able to use. As Pfeiffer now off the drop. This will be flipped back in behind the end boards. 13:20 left to go in the first. Sharks get first blood. Redmond dancing with it. Back in behind the net, trying a centering feed from Milkowski. That line's already back out there for Tyler Groth's squad. This will go to the point. That's where Pfeiffer is. He's patient, looking for a backdoor feed as the Sharks will continue to matriculate this around the horn. Good step up here for the Warhawks for a moment, but Redmond is there to steal. Redmond walk in, and this one will be closed 5-hole. Ozone draw here for the Sharks is one, but the Warhawks trying to speed up the gut. Long chance off the bar and in. What a snipe that was. At 12:43, we are tied. You got to give credit where that was due. That was an absolute clapper of a wrister. Normally you use that for a slap shot. Heck of an answer there for the Warhawks. Again, I know it's early, but we say they play their best games against the Sharks. Both teams hungry to get a win on the season standings, and once we get those numbers, we'll get that situated as well. And this will be picked up now. Patia tried to get to it. He will. It's a late offsides. As the Sharks will start again. Prober over skates.
Assisted by number 66, Andrew Allen.
So Malinowski and Andrew Allen. Again, I'll have to definitely refresh it because it had a 1 on the sheet, but it has an 18. So everybody's got different numbers. We will get those squared away when we get them. Patsia. Now to the right side board. Sharks fighting with it. And beside the red line, working behind the net. I'll circle. Sauce pass, beautiful one. Holt settles it down, fires it at the net through traffic. Closed by the left pad of Schwenke. Here's a centering feed that goes in behind the end boards from Theo Goody. It'll be held at 11:34. Sherwalk going to take this draw. McComas tried to get it in between his skate blades, but this will work back in behind the net for the Warhawks. It's a 1-1 game right now, and that was a heck of a shot that we just got from Malinowski for the Warhawks. You got to be happy with that one as he kissed it off the bar and in. Sherwalk tried to get a steal off a toe drag, and content to dump it in are the Warhawks. Holt go for the outlet. This will be contested now in between the circles. McComas tried to get a blade in. And Sherwalk gets his shot blocked. Here's a forecheck for Alex Sharp. Chris Seeley. Rest of the Sharks got to touch up. They would have been offsides. Puck possession now for the jerseys in white. We're almost halfway through this first period. It's a 1-1 game. Good playing against the end boards for the Warhawks for a moment. Holt with a couple of chops, and here is a potential chance developing. Back pass. Warhawks able to have it on side for a moment, look for a long outlet. Sharks just trying to seem to get settled here at this point right now. And off the back pass, get a chance to start again. Warhawks, and behind the cage is Schwanken. Break this across the left wing now. 2-on-2. Back pass will go right to the Sharks. Couple of those right now. Warhawks aren't exactly looking to see who's behind them. Here's Polosha. He gets around from a ride against the boards. And Allen up the gut. Almost loses it in between his skate blades. Gets some help near the right of the slot. Sharks are there to intercept. Papandrea got Polosha with him. Papandrea fires it right in the glove of Schwanke at 9:43. We're going to see if I can reload this game sheet once we get another stoppage here. As it's picked up now near the right side end boards and behind the net for the Sharks. Circumvent, do some work in behind the net, try to go for a bank shot. That will be called by Schwanke. So unfortunately, it's the same numbers that I already had. So we got to work with what we can work with, and this puck will go into the net here. Sharks will take a 2-1 lead at 9:16. So whatever we got is what we got for the rosters, but the Sharks are ahead. So the latest at 9:16, both of those essentially quick off the draw for the Sharks. It's been a good game so far. Shots have been heavily, the Sharks are about 7 or 8 right now. But still, Warhawks with that shot, we'll see what they can do. Pick back down to Morton, hold.
Papandrea, assisted by number 96, Brendan Pfeiffer.
Papandrea from Pfeiffer, so Papandrea immediately gets back into the roster, gets on the goal sheet. That is not a surprise for someone like him. Again, you'll happen to see whether or not he and number 25, Joe Gibbs, will be on the playoff roster. I have to imagine it would be. Here's Milkowski racing across the left wing with speed, and off the drop pass into the net for Patia. That one goes wide into the right side corner. Warhawks. Good sauce pass and a big hit right at center ice. Theo Goody says hello. And this one is knocked away. Warhawks now try to work their way. Here's a good feed again. Another big crunch for Goody. He's looking like a bowling ball over there. And settle this back down as Redmond slowly on the hunt. Cross ice feed. Goody almost went 3 for 3 in that same sequence. Patia. And off the long outstretch for Redmond across the left wing. He'll spin away from the left side boards. Again, immediately the players go down. That's kind of where my blind spot is, but Go Live will pick that up for me. As Patia got a piece of the stick. No penalty there. He will go right to the players' bench. Should be okay. George Holt faked the slapper as he surveys and looks for a passing lane. It's Redmond. He almost got through 3 players. He gets it back now, goes for a wraparound, and that's a really good save for Schwanke there because he was kind of down and out. He was able to track that with the glove very well. Another ozone draw. Joel Skolin going to get set to take it. Sharks have done very well in the circles here. I don't think the Warhawks have won a draw yet of importance, at least, especially when you got the D-zone ones. This one flips in the air, stays in play, bounces off the zebra, actually. Probably now in between the left side end boards, another race for it. Holt does not throw the body, but he does get a stick in there. Allows the Sharks to continue ozone possession. Flip back around for Isaac Gibbs. Gibbs now for Holt. As this one will be flipped up in the air. Patia on his back pass. It's a good one here. Brushed off the puck was Skolin. And flipped back down to Pfeiffer. Cross ice feed one more time. Pfeiffer will get it back. Good forechecking here for the Warhawks. Able to steal this one up the gut. See if they can get a quick shot. Look for a chance right in the left side dot. Traffic at the net. Morton makes the first save. It pops up in the air. And the Sharks will get possession. That was his first big look of this game so far. As he's going to get his stick back here. An opportunity here for Batia. Left side boards. Toe drag. And will brush off the stick of Schwenke. Back in behind the net looking for a centering feed. That one gets blocked off. It's been a good game so far. Sharks lead 2-1. This pass in front of the slot bounces off a Warhawk stick. Goes up and out of play at 5:58. Walk. We'll take this draw. Sharks win it again. Ooh, traffic in front, but McComas got his stick lifted, I believe, or he just missed it. Now a chance in from the point. Close the 5-hole by Schwenke. Turnaround chance, rifled wide. And then off the glass, Allen will chase it. A flip back here to the Sharks and Chris Martin. McComas. As Sherwalk had to back away from that. This will be flipped back in the inboards here for Alex Sharp. Get the retrieval. Here's a rifle of a pass. Sherwalk tried to cut it off. Warhawks got numbers. And off the rush, long wrister. It's saved by Morton again. That was big and no rebound. Sharks try to go the other way. Sherwalk. He puts it toward the net. This one goes in behind. And the Sharks look to get organized here. We'll see if Sharp can get a steal. First two on the left side red line here for Jake Prober. And off the post, actually, for Jake. It was a number of a shot, but made life dangerous for Schwenke. Sharks have it in the middle of the circles. That was a good right pad save. And go for another long flip. Oh, a beautiful stick play. He's going to break. Oh, what a save. Toward the right side pad. And a beautiful play there for Allen, but he got stonewalled by Morton. 4:30 left to go in this first. This has been a pretty exciting opening 20. We still got more of it. Good steal there for Papandrea. He's got the go-ahead goal right now. Papandrea, Burners. Protecting on the backhand. And a shot up high as he almost took that coast to coast. 4:14, we get another save for Schwenke. He's been a busy man. Feels good to get on the back on the bicycle for the Waterford Sharks here. Be able to call this game. Again, it's been a while. I got the practice done in front of me, but still, be able to see the live game action. There's nothing like it. Good feed there for the Sharks, but it's sticked away by the Warhawks. Left to right, almost a partial steal. You had Polosha there trying to pry it loose. Now Cole Helgema line out there as well. He's never going to give up on a forecheck. The Sharks almost steal it. Then behind Schwenke's cage. And a stick chop will be just missed. Warhawks now try to go left to right, try to get everybody on side. I don't know exactly if they were, but Polosha. See what he's got. Papandrea off the back pass. Good denial. Here's Helgema looking for a sauce feed, and that chance goes wide of the left post. Theo Goody can keep it in. Sharks got to be quick about it now. Helgema spins away from a hit. What a beautiful play as he works in behind the net off the back skate. Couple of players collide. Papandrea elects for a cross ice feed. Holt and at the net. Schwenke will hold. Take it. Sharks win another draw. Chris Seeley got a lane to shoot. One fought off with the left glove. Picked up now Milkowski centering feed. That one just a little wide for Gibbs. Put back him on the horn again. Sharks doing excellent work behind the net in this opening frame. As the Warhawks try to get it out, they can't. Gibbs steals. Try to get possession now. Got an elude a hit. Chris Seeley now will step up off the chop, and Gibbs will throw it safely back to Holt. Kiss it off the glass and flip it back down. Warhawks find an entry across the right winger. Off a back skate, Sharks are there to intercept between the slot, try to quickly push ahead, and the Warhawks will steal. Excellent work from them. It's been a very competitive first period. Again, we've said that a lot between this team, and when you think about the Warhawks being 1-11, every time you watch them play against the Sharks, they certainly don't look like it. Zach Milkowski off the leave. As Gibbs will flip it around the inboard. Sharks can't hold it in. Their D were in the middle of a change, and the referee's got to get out of the way there. Redmond all tied up. He still gets it, though. Now to the left side red line, working behind the net. Redmond gets stick lifted. Settle back down. Sharks looking for a D-to-D pass. Martin will give it across the left wing. See if Martin gets it back. He does. They're straight through the traffic, looking for a deflection. They got about 90 seconds left to go in the first. Pfeiffer elects to pass. Schwenke moving in the goal crease. This goes not out of play, but I guess the ref lost sight of the puck. So I wanted to make sure at 12:43 that Malinowski got credit for the goal again. It's not the same number that's on the sheet that's listed. I don't know if that's going to change later, but I'm going to have that in there for the story when it gets uploaded to Hope Sports Guy on the league website. Looks like delay of game is the call against the Warhawks. So Sharks will have carryover power play time nonetheless if they don't score here. As it is, they currently lead 2-1. Papandrea gets underneath to block that. And now Helgamo to Papandrea as the Sharks will get set up. First man advantage of the game for either team. Now on the right side wing. Back to Theo Goody. Be a chance at the net. Pass will get blocked and not held in. Again, the penalty time, just disregard that if you see that now. It's just the one minor at 1:30 left. Opportunity now for Nick Redmond. Redmond's got a goal in this game. For a cross ice, this one blocked. Papandrea got a shooting lane, gets it back, and this one will be glove saved by Schwenke. It's good to see number 5 back on the ice here for the Sharks. Also the same for 5 and 25. So dynamic on defense. This is an all-important D-zone draw win for the Warhawks. I believe that is their first of the period. Is Ian Morton. Safely can shovel it into the corner. And the Sharks will get a chance here for Theo Goody. This one is actually turned over and behind the net. So the Sharks' breakout's going to take a little bit longer. Pelosha, one more chance, and off the drop pass now. Here's a chance that's rifled in the back of the net. So that power play is going to go away. And at the end of one, it looks like the Sharks are going to take a 3-1 lead. So those are the goals that always hurt for the Warhawks. You get that one at the end of the period, Sharks will lead 3-1 after 2. We come back, we'll call more. I'll give you a Wendigo update and some league news. Talk to you in a bit.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter what you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
How prepared is your family if a tornado shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a hurricane? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
Let's go.
you'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes.
Make a plan today.
Look.
911, where's your emergency?
Everyone's on their way. What happened?
Your friend's not breathing.
She's dead? Please get my mom and dad. Oh my God!
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. My daughter Brooklyn was also a motivation for me to go back to school.
It's been so amazing to be able to give our child the life that we kind of pictured us having, even though we didn't really have that.
I've been in foster care my whole life.
He's so strong to just be able to leave that all behind and still be able to take care of his daughter and be a good husband.
Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone.
We've been through so much in our life, and he never used that as an excuse, but as motivation to do better.
I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple?
Chop the pineapple.
Nope, I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope, I'm high. Let's order in.
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
Go Live Sportscast.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter what you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
How prepared is your family if a tornado shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a hurricane? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes.
Make a plan today.
Luke!
911, where's your emergency?
Everyone's on their way. What happened? She's dead? Yes, please get my mom and dad. Oh my God!
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. My daughter Brooklyn was also a motivation for me to go back to school.
It's been so amazing to be able to give our child the life that we kind of pictured us having, even though we didn't really have that.
I've been in foster care my whole life.
He's so strong to just be able to leave that all behind and still be able to take care of his daughter and be a good husband.
Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone.
We've been through so much in our life, and he never used that as an excuse, but as motivation to do better.
I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple?
Chop the pineapple.
Nope. I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope. I'm high. Let's order in.
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
Go Live Sportscast.
What's that thing? Oh, you don't have to. I don't want to screw you up.
And 2 and 3 would play against each other, and everyone else would take a seat. So if you're not a top 2 team, you could get eliminated. You could give the other 2 teams a bye, or you could try to let everyone play and give the league leader a bye. What do you think of that? It's a couple of the scenarios that they're probably thinking about. I know the first one is messy. I think the second scenario is a lot more likely, and that's what makes things interesting. We'll get back into this call in a second. But the Sharks have 1 game in hand of the Shadow, and they're 1 point ahead. Now, if the Sharks take care of their business and they have 3 more meetings, then they can kind of lock up their top seed. So there's a lot to think about. Again, they still play 3 more times. So we'll get some food for thought there. I'll give you some more news in a moment, as this shot will get blocked from Ian Morton. We're underway in the second frame. Now, Sharks General Manager Nick Parra did just give me roster updates as far as the sheet they're using, so hopefully I'll be able to get some more call-outs here for the Warhawks. As this will be picked up now the right side board. Sharp will brace himself for some body contact. I'm looking for a breakout pass out of the zone. Will bounce back to the Warhawks. We'll have to pick this one up for Kelly Walraff trying to get this out. He was back on D. Couple stick chops. He's the one that's got the locks now. This will set up for a one-on-one and a good save there for Ian Morton. Long clapper gets tipped up and out of play. So as mentioned in those scenarios, you could essentially take the teams that are not within a 3 or 4 seed and lop them out and just have 1 and 2s play against each other in the second scenario, or go 7 teams in 1 bye, but travel can get messy. But we'll see what they're thinking about in terms of Scott Brand and the Board of Governors, because it's not too soon to think about it. We're at the halfway mark, and the regular season ends on my birthday on the 22nd. I'm hoping to make that travel for the shadow game on the road at Big Boy. We'll be here the day before that against the Voyagers. And settle back down now for the Warhawks. Hickner lost it for a moment. This will go to the Sharks. Look for a pool pass. That'll turn, just flip the ice here for Redmond. And back and around the horn. Now on the left side off of a long stretch. Helgamo just too far for him. And settle down here for the Warhawks. Nick Allen gets set to bring this one in. And off the stick chop. Long outstretched pass. Cole Helgamo meets us across the right wing, looking for a back pass for Polosha. And wait for everybody to check back on side. Helgamo does so now. He's just trying to ride that blue line, but this will be knocked away. Sharks again looking for the bank pass. Been a lot of that for Cole Helgamo. Just bracing himself on the breakout on the right wing. Back pass now. Helgamo finds his entry. He's got to skate back on side. Sharks and Tyler Gross squad in the middle of a change. If you're just joining us, it's 3-1 Sharks. They scored a late power play goal, about 6 seconds left. Theo Goody have his shot blocked. Flip back in behind the end boards now and off the leave. Skolin had to leave the puck on the right side boards, otherwise he would have got hit. Goody now on the right. Keep his head up, look for a lane. He'll flip the ice. From left to right, long shot will just miss. Stick a shrinking. Skolin. Good pass there for Goody, and that's in. He had to wait for that to settle down in between his skates, and once he did, he sniped the low bottom right corner past Schwenke, and the Sharks take a 4-1 lead. Good poise and patience there for Theo Goody. Again, you take that pass, most players would normally rush, not get a good shot on goal. He had the time and space to be able to weight that down and off a skate and let it go, get a good accurate shot off that big Schwenke. Again, he's been good in that, but Warhawks are going to have to start finding a press the other way. Skolin now. Patia, as this will be sticked away. Patia, we get a whistle. We're getting a penalty here. Again, we got Goody with the goal correct. I don't know if I thought I saw a 77 or a 7, because one would be Skolin, one would be Patia. They listed Patia. Be a power play opportunity here for the Warhawks. They score here, they can get right back into this game. Hickner try to give and go at the net, and you had Morton there swimming for a moment from left to right. Sharks have numbers here on this short-handed effort. Polosha, cross pass over, it's in! Short-handed goal! 16-10. Sharks now turning on the burners. Primary assist going to belong to Pelosha. We got that one 100%. There's a 3-on-2 off the rush. And that was sauced beautifully and finished. Nothing Schwanke could do. Sharks on the back pass again. Warhawks merely cough it up. Pelosha on a one-on-one. He's a dangerous man. He elected to go for another one, and selfish for Papandrea. Got to get back. So Cole Helgamo going to get the finisher there. And another one. 2 short-handed goals for the Sharks. You'll mark that down on something that I've never seen before since covering this team. So here's the one thing I will say. Again, the Warhawks, I mentioned them in the first 20. I thought they played a very good first set of 20. But as we said, this is an entire new roster, with the exception of Tommy Morgan, who you have in goal. And they might have just made a change here. I think Nate Austin is going to be coming in. But having a completely new personnel also means when you run your power play, you have completely different sets that you're running. Who's going to skate it in, who's going to get possession, who's going to make the drop passes. You know what I'm getting to. Maybe get a little bit discombobulated, and that hurts you. Allen with the puck. Settle this across the red line. So Cole Helgamo's got 2 shorthanded goals in the same sequence. If I had a chance to talk to Cole, I'd leave him a message, say, have you ever done that in a game before? And he might say no. Sharks still 15 seconds left to go shorthanded. And this will be chipped in. I believe Nate Austin now is the new net miner back behind there. As the Warhawks will have this one on the offensive end. I'm just making that mark down in the sheet, and we'll get back into the call. Is this braces the other way. Now back behind the wraparound opportunity. He sticked up there for a moment, Redmond. This will get thrown back. Goody's pass up ahead. Here for Sharp on the backhand. Gets fought off as a worker to the right side boards. Good sauce pass, but eluded a couple of sticks. Would have been wide open in the middle of the slot. As body contact there, Sharks will finish. Allen falls down, makes a play nicely though, but a penalty is called, and this will be saved by Morton. When the Sharks touch, they will be on another kill. So Allen is one of those that got tripped right toward the center ice, and it's going to be another short-handed effort here for the Sharks. But they've scored 3 times. 1 even strength, 2 short-handed. And the Warhawks have to score here, and they can't concede. This is off the left pad. Hickner now will get a chance to pick it up. Take this one to D. This goes back to Austin, cross-ice feed. Allen with it, surveys. Clapper, good save. Morton, rebound. The Sharks will clean it up. Imagine the Warhawks will have everybody back here just to try to not concede. Easier said than done. Papandrea almost got around 3 Warhawks. Allen escapes. Off the long shot, pushed in off the glass. Is it Noah Chambers? Turnaround chance, and wasn't really tracked there by Morton, but it didn't hit him as it goes down to the right side boards and goes down. Nate Austin comes out with the big blade. He'll throw a curve onto this pass, open across the right wing. Reverse hit. Here's McComas, and we get a whistle before that shot. I wonder what that was all about. We're almost halfway through regulation here. And the Sharks are in cruise control. Do we have another penalty against the Sharks? It looked like McComas was in the clear on that shot against Nate Austin. That one I actually don't know. The one before that was definitely tripping. So I think Nick is working the scorer's table today, and he's going to have his hands full, it seems like. Polosha will take it. Off the tie-up, the Sharks do win it back. Jake Prober trying to get it to Polosha. Here's a good... Oh, what a save for Morton. In and out of the glove. That's huge at 12:38. Another D-zone draw. It's Polosha. The Warhawks win it. The Sharks steal it. Polosha's going to go up here. Polosha's going to join the rush with Papandrea. The last man back is Jake. As this will be a 1-on-2. Cross pass. Wister hits the glass. Sharks now try to steal. I guess they can do that being up 6-1. They're going for it right now. Down 2. Captain at the right side blue line. High slot now. Wister again bounces off the end boards. And the Warhawks have only 10 seconds left to go on this two-man advantage. Morton makes the save. Traffic in front of him might have hit the wounded body down in front of Morton. Now a couple Sharks come over to make sure that who is down is okay. Once I get a number, I will relay that to you. He is slow to get to his feet. Kyle Brock, number 21, if I thought I saw a 2. Trying to work his way to the fit. Cole Hogemo looks like he might be giving him a little bit of help. If that's a 7, that's the captaincy, Tommy Morgan. Which would be really bad news for Jimmy Bolton's squad, the heart and soul of the team. So 21, Kyle Brock, 27. I thought I saw a 7. That's Tommy Morgan. That's not good. Noah Chambers is going to get set to take the draw for the Warhawks. They'll chasing him behind the net, and the net comes loose in off the moorings. Got to be careful there that it doesn't fall on top of you if you're in Morton. On the sheet that Nick sent me, his number 81 is Devon Fields. If you see 81, I want to give him a shout out. Because I think he's very excellent on the blue one, and I said that as much every time. Here's a chance. High slot. This will be let go there. And picked up by the Sharks in the middle of the circles. We'll see if they go here. Cole Hogemo's on natural hat watch. Now to the right side, looking for a sharp angle chance. Be gloved down out of the air. Hogemo now trying to go ahead and get it loose. As this will be picked up now and off the rush. This is off the bar. I think that one is in again. 2 rippers and off the bar and in on both chances off the rush. Nick Allen. That's a heck of a shot, sir. And it is 6-2. So Nick Allen scores off the wrist shot. Should be a power play goal, if I have that correct, if that's still on the sheet. There's been a lot of them right now. Enough to make your head spin, but it is 6-2. Most important to get all that right, at least for the goal calls. Sent back in behind the end boards. And the Sharks will look to break out. Good play here for Sharp. Sent back in now for Nate Austin. Be picked up now and off the rush. 2-on-1. Warhawks looking for a top left post. That one saved by Ian Morton. They've looked good since that response. It's just you got bludgeoned on a couple of short-handed chances, but that's all that happens here. It goes quickly. McComas now on the right side end boards. Brace, you got the inverse of 19 with him and Sharp. Looking for a breakout pass. It's a pretty good one here. Try to break it out here for Jake Tomalak's squad. Settle back down off the long feed for Pfeiffer. Go crisscross. Bounce it out of the air. Hand-eye gets it knocked away. And Allen, who just scored the goal, takes the hit. Chance off the right side. Board scores! 6-3 now. A couple of rippers here. And right at the halfway mark, we got a game again. So rush and a wrist. We'll have to get the number on there so I can give the appropriated credit. But the Warhawks, couple of goals here, and both times they play high-scoring games against the Sharks. Sharks took advantage of a shorthanded effort.
10 minutes remaining in the second period.
Picked up near the left side boards.
Trevor Knight, assisted by number 12, Kelly Walleran.
So Trevor Knight, your goal scorer, and off the rush. And I think 3 lasers, honestly, 2 off the post. I don't think Morton's saving any of those, to be completely honest with you. And I'm not trying to play homer. It's usually pretty neutral in all of these calls. Give credit to the Warhawks there for fighting it back. Because, let's be honest, you start the period down 3-1. You give up an even strength at 17:02. And then back-to-back shorties at 16-10, 15-34. Sharks were up 6-1. You give up back-to-back shorthanded goals on your own power play, and then you don't score until the very end when the Sharks give up another 5-on-3. Most teams could be buried, but when they play this team, the Warhawks and the Sharks, they play for offense. Helgamo. He will back skate. He's kind of playing that like a 3-on-3. Settle it back down for Nate Austin. And it'll be settled down for Austin Hickner. It'll be picked up now back and behind their own end. And the Warhawks will get a chance to start this one again from right to left. It's been a very entertaining game right now. As Nick Allen going to find his way into the left side wing. It goes off his blade. He's unabated here. Sharks now finally get a steal. 3 penalties here for the Sharks. And now a break. It's Helgamo. He doesn't have a lot of space. Oh, he hit the bar! He was going for a hat trick in the period. Cross ice feed. Ripper goes high. And now the voice register has to go high. This is nice play for Allen and behind his own end. Excellent work. Take this one end to end. He's had himself a strong game. Nick now trying to join the rush. Hickner. Left side, cross pass, fan on the 1T. That could have been a 2-goal game. Here's a chance in the middle of the circles and sent down. Nate Austin is getting some wind sprints on. Goes all the way back out to the right side to clear it. Sharks get a steal. And near the players' benches. And a clearing attempt is not out. Sharks got some work to do. I believe that was Alex Sharp sitting in behind the end boards. Papandrea was the lone Shark back. 3 Warhawks there. They got possession, flipped long, and just out of the zone. Here for Noah Chambers. Theo He will acquiesce and kill some time. Down to 5 seconds on another Warhawks power play. They've had 3 in this period. The Sharks have been a little undisciplined. And now Warhawks steal. This wrister is held by Morton, and he needed to do so. This game's gotten a little wild, ladies and gentlemen, but it's kind of the way it goes when these two teams play each other. You throw the records out. Again, the Sharks 10-1-1 if you're just joining us, coming off of a 4-3 shootout loss to the Michigan Shadow. The Warhawks got slapped up a little bit by the Voyagers, losing 12-1. But now they're only trailing 6-3 in this game. We had a lot of high-scoring games between the two, and this last one in the regular season in the Red Rink between the Sharks and Warhawks looks to be much of the same. Chris Seeley. This is centered out in front of Morton, and good play here for the Sharks. Able to flip this one down the ice. Looking to go end-to-end, just sticked away from Redmond. Redmond will get it. His back pass picked off. And we have some more numbers here, potentially, for a long wrister off the outside of the post, but held by Morton. Some thunder back in behind the net as well. I don't know if the Warhawks are looking to answer for that. I think they're coming over to exchange some words near the bench nonetheless. I haven't seen 27 with the blue gloves, Tommy Morgan, the captaincy, settle back in from the second period since taking that hit. So the Warhawks will be down a forward. Another penalty here for the Sharks. That would be the 4th of the period. Cannot do that anymore in the 3rd. This is getting a little ridiculous. Tyler Groth will tell you that as much. Prober, fans on the clearing attempts. And we will start again now. 3-on-2. Patsia. He'll make a back pass. So Redmond gets called for a board. Again, we talk about that hit I just mentioned prior to the play starting again. That was called. It's the 4th one against the Sharks. Hopefully I didn't lose count. It's either 4 or 5. I believe it is 4. 6 minutes left to go in the second. Flip back down. And Nick Allen, who scored a goal in this period, he has been electric in this second. Start again now for the Warhawks. Outstretch is a good one. Joining off the rush across the backhand, fought off by Morton. Put it around the horn, and it's 2-on-2. Opportunity now for a turnaround chance, and it'll be held. Skolin let it go. Nate Austin's got that. We'll see what happens in the 3rd period. We got 5:34 left in the second frame before we talk about that, but I think they'll be talking in the dressing room at least to clean things up. I know that's the obvious understatement in the world right now for where this game is, but the Sharks can't afford to do that against their opponent again next week when they play the Muskegon Voyagers at Lakeshore Sports Center. Again, you got that one on Saturday, and then the frozen fish fiasco on the 31st against Alpena. That will technically be a home game for the Sharks, played at Clark Park, and then we will be back here Sunday, February 1st, against the Kalkaska Kings at 2:30, with 3 more games in a row at that point. Traffic out in front bit Nick Papandrea. Oh boy. 5:03 left to go in the second. Papandrea is down off the shot block. Again, I think he's coming in more so for getting the game's requirement played in the postseason. And let's see where it hit Nick, maybe on the side. Hopefully it's just a loss of wind more so than anything else. But we saw the same thing with Tommy Morgan, and that looked bad. Papandrea is waving everybody off right now. He made his way to his feet under his own power. Ruben now helping him, and alongside with Allen as well. He needs help off the ice. Tommy Morgan and Papandrea, injured parties in this game. 2 big pieces lost for both teams. You would think Papandrea would have enough time to recover by the time the regular season ends in March, but you never want to see that. My condolences to you, Nick. I hope you're okay, buddy. This will be slap-shotted here for Theo Goody, and we'll do it again. Take another D-zone draw. Cole Halgamo off the outstretched pass now for Polosha. This will be sticked away. Polosha back in behind the end boards. Little outstretch as this will be recollected here. But I did finally see a 27 on the ice in Tommy Morgan. I have to make sure I don't have to check my eyes. Yes, he is back on the ice after getting banged up. So Tommy's back. We're just waiting for Nick Papandrea to come back in the third period, hopefully. Here's a turnaround opportunity as Allen has a chance to lead the rush now. Work his way on the forehand. He scores! What a shot! It's his second of the game, and it's a 2-goal game. Where has Nick Allen been all season here for the Warhawks? If he had been on this team full time, things would look completely different. Nick Allen having himself quite a game. This one, Alex Sharp right off the draw. Sharp will take a wrister. This one blocked. Warhawks have fought their way back. They were down 6-1. 3 unanswered goals make it 6-4. As this is in the right side corner, McComas. He's trying to pry it loose. Chris Seeley there in the work. As long as the puck moves, we talk about this a lot, the refs won't blow it dead. Settle back him on the inboards. And Allen, who just scored, is on the rush again. Here he goes. And this will be held by Ian Morton. Every time number 15 carries the puck up the ice now, you have to watch.
Goal scored by number 15, Nick Allen. Assisted by number 12, Kelly Walrath.
So Kelly Walrath gets his second straight assist. The last one was from Trevor Knight. 6-4. And again, we have a game between these two. For whatever reason, it's always exciting. Patsia will go for a sauce. Sharks didn't like to take this out front, but they scored anyway. (7-4), big goal at that for the Sharks. Want to try to get a little bit of that lead back that was lost. So a drop in the middle of the slot. Sharks score, leads back up to 3. 11 goals to tell you about already. And again, this was a lot closer. The Sharks really needed that. Here's a good stick blade in a way for the Sharks here for Joel Skolin. Patsia. He'll lose it. Skolin now will brush this to him nicely here. You got Redmond off the rush, but you're going to take that shot anyway. Be held by Austin. will be a ozone draw on the left dot. That last goal for the Sharks. Breathe a little life back into them. This game has been topsy-turvy in this second period. It was 3-1 after 1. It's 7-4 now, and it might not end that way after 40. There'll be a rush for it the other way. This will be canceled off. And flip back down the ice. Be a good flip that'll switch ends here for Kyle Nichols. Get a chance to pick it up. Zach Molkowski almost gets the steal. Sent back in behind. He got Molkowski in behind the net. Got to go quick. Looking for an outlet pass for Andrew Polulsha. Molkowski at the net.
Joel Skolek, assisted by number 43, Lee Paitella, and number 7, George Holt.
This will be settled back down now. Will be recollected back in behind the left side end boards. Now to the right side, that is where it's sticked away. Austin brushes it into the corner. So Patella and Holt will give the assist on the Joel Skolin goal. That made it 7-4 as 90 seconds left to go here in the middle frame. Big Love down 2-on-2. Across the right ring, Rister fought off by Ian Morton in the butterfly near the left post. Looking for a slap shot in the middle, but the Sharks able to intercept. Nicely here for Theo Goody. Alex Sharp kept on the outside and just funneling into a corner. McComas comes off the bench, try to press it in deep for Waterford. Time at least for a couple more rushes here. We'll see what Detroit can do. Pick it up on the backhand, open across the right wing. And Morgan had it for a moment, but this is looped in behind the end boards, and the Sharks have to go left to right for what's left of it. Sharp in the full cage. This wrister will catch glass. Back and behind looking for McComas. That just missed. Goody off the press. That's his 5th hit by my count. Maybe a little bit more or less. Long wrister will get brushed from the corner. And settle back down. Goody again. He's got his physicality shoes. On the backhand, Sharks will knock it away. And now to the right side, working behind the net for the Warhawks. Good reverse hit. Sharks able to stay on their feet as the vulcanized rubbers battle for it. Sharks emerge. And that is going to end the second period, and off the steal, Sharp will make this pass across. They get one more goal to the good for Joel Skolin. That put the lead back up to 3, because after 1, it was 3-1 Sharks. So essentially, they have added to their lead, although it doesn't feel like it considering everything that happened. The Warhawks had a 5-on-3 advantage and got scored on twice. And then the Sharks got some penalties themselves, and the Warhawks came back, and Nick Allen smoked a couple of wristers. It's been a lot of fun. 11 goals and more coming. We'll get to the third period in a moment. Stay tuned.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter what you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
How prepared is your family if a tornado shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a hurricane? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes.
Make a plan today.
Where's your emergency?
Everyone's on their way. What happened? Your friend's not breathing. Yes, please get my mom and dad. Oh my God!
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. My daughter Brooklyn was also a motivation for me to go back to school.
It's been so amazing to be able to give our child the life that we kind of pictured us having, even though we didn't really have that.
I've been in foster care my whole life.
He's so strong to just be able to leave that all behind and still be able to take care of his daughter and be a good husband.
Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone.
We've been through so much in our life, and he never used that as an excuse, but as motivation to do better.
I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple?
Chop the pineapple.
Nope. I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope. I'm high. Let's order in.
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
Go Live Sportscast.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter what you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
How prepared is your family if a tornado shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a hurricane? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
Let's go.
you'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Make a plan today.
Where's your emergency?
Everyone's on their way. What happened? Your friend's not breathing. She's dead. Please get my mom and dad. Oh my God.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. My daughter Brooklyn was also a motivation for me to go back to school.
It's been so amazing to be able to give our child the life that we kind of pictured us having, even though we didn't really have that.
I've been in foster care my whole life.
He's so strong to just be able to leave that all behind and still be able to take care of his daughter and be a good husband.
Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone.
We've been through so much in our life, and he never used that as an excuse, but as motivation to do better.
I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple?
Chop the pineapple.
Nope. I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope. I'm high. Let's order in.
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
Go Live Sportscast.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter what you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
How prepared is your family if a tornado shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a hurricane? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
Let's go.
you'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Make a plan today.
Group are on a power play. Uvis Balinskis with the latest for the Cats. Jets up 3-1 on the Leafs, and the Blackhawks lead 2-0 as they start the second period against the Bees. Oilers Canucks later tonight. The Predators became the first team in the NHL to knock off the Colorado Avalanche at Ball Arena in regulation, and they're working their way into the playoff chase, but they need to beat the Golden Knights tonight. And that is your update. Let's get into the third period. Chancing at the net in front of Nate Austin as the Sharks try to get the puck. Couple of stick chops have the Warhawks try to lead a 2-on-2. And we'll see. This is a pass right out in front off of a skate blade, and that definitely bailed out the Sharks there. They would have been wide open in the middle of a slot. As we pull back up the rosters here that Nick sent me, and flip this back and around the end boards here for Justin McComas. McComas lead off the rush. His wrister up high into the trapper of Nate Austin. Again, he's played, I would say, the majority of this game. And when it's all said and done, if in regulation, he will have the leading ice time, I believe, over Michael Schwenke. They immediately pulled him in an effort to get back into this game. And they've fought their way back through it. They're only down 3, but they need the next goal. If not for the Sharks, it'd be completely different. If they score, it might be done. Picked up now near the right side, and I'm saying that considering how crazy the game has been. So maybe not foot, insert mouth. Patia. The rush, another good glove snag out of the air. Now, we saw Nate Austin as the full-time starter because Schwenke wasn't on the bench in that last game. And he made, I want to say, around 60 saves. And he was very, very strong. Sharks win another ozone draw. Chance at the net. Ref loses sight of the puck, and the net got dislodged a little bit. We'll check the pegs. It's good to be back on the call with you alongside the Go Live Sportscast. My name is John Ott, alongside the Red Rink at Lakeland Arena. Hopefully I haven't been tripping all over myself. It's just good to be able to talk with you guys again and call some hockey. And again, after the Sharks play their game next week on the road at Lakeshore Sports Center against Muskegon and the Frozen Fish fiasco, we will join you back on February 1st against the Kalkaska Kings. Then it will be the Shadow at an 8:30 start on Saturday, and the Muskegon that following Saturday in February at 5:30, I believe, if I have that correct and on my notes. So we will get some Sharks hockey in together with you basically from the start of February. It'd be good to get back on the bike and get some calls because I miss talking to you guys. This is picked up now into the right side end boards. And Patia. And off the rush, is that going to be a tripping call? Sharks now try to get a continuation into the right side. Good pad save by Austin. And no, it's not. Warhawks continue to move up the ice. They will try to race up the gut. This will be canceled off by Holt. Here comes a clapper. This one fought off close with the left pad. And flip back down for Redmond and iced against the Hawks. So the Warhawks in their road whites and the mix of the yellow striping and black pants will be going left to right. In this third period, Sharks and their home blacks with the orange and white stripe, and they're going back to their original uniforms. They wear the alternates right around Christmas, but I really like those, and alongside Jake Prober and company. Back pass, no look. We'll have to get recollected off the end boards now for Alex Sharp and put him behind the net. There'll be a drop pass for Isaac Gibbs. Gibbs keeps his head up, slap shot, fought off, and then McComas got it knocked away from him for his on-knee one-timer. Put in behind the end board. Sharks try to steal. We'll see if they can. And then behind the end boards now, press will keep puck possession alive here for the Sharks in the O zone, at least for the moment. It'll be settled back down for Allen. He will flip this one across the blue line side, and it was going to go wide, but alertly, Austin's going to allow his team to make changes by making that save. So, we talked in the first intermission about no longer the Wendigo being here. It's unfortunate for the Warhawks, and this is my wonder of how the Board of Governors and Scott Brand is going to do it, because teams like the Sharks as this one goes in. We'll make it an 8-4 game. But teams like the Sharks have already played Sheboygan twice, and Muskegon as well. The Warhawks have not played them yet. So how does that factor into the schedule at the end? Again, I'm not privy to the meetings, so I can't tell you one way or the other, but that's the food for thought about how you want to adjust the schedule. The Wendigo did not win a game before they were folded, so would you just give every single one of these teams a win, or would you give them some rep practice against some other teams?
3 seconds remaining in the third period.
Off the shot, off the tip,
By number 9, Isaac Gibbs.
Gibbs will get the goal.
Number 24, Chris Seeley.
Gibbs and Seeley. Allen will race after it. Looking behind and get thefted, as the Sharks have some work to do on their own end. They now lead 8-4. They're still threatening for that double-digit goal marker, but this has been a very entertaining game. It's a good one to get started with again. Sent back in behind the defense. Now, Allen feels like he has been everywhere, up and down the ice. Just relentless pursuit of the vulcanized rubber. Excellent game for him. Excellent move now. Work his way across the right wing. Toe drag through the defense. Here's a ripper that goes up high, and he set that play up. Put back in behind the end boards now for the Sharks, and they can look to start again. After the breakout pass, it's a good one. Cole Halgamo, a couple shorthanded goals in that second period. Turnaround forehand feed gets canceled off. And the Warhawks now with Hickner. He will have to pursue this puck. Not sure how much gasoline he's got left in the tank. Sharks will get in their own end. Polsha protects on his backhand, works his way across the right wing. And Halgamo got hit in the back of the head. He is going to work his way now toward the players' bench. He looks to be okay. A couple of shorthanded goals for him in the second frame. Long wrister tipped at the net, up in the air, glove down, and the Sharks will have to concede at 14:58 as the play stops. We had some contact toward that middle of the blue line in the offensive end for the Sharks, and Cole Halgamo was holding the back of his helmet. Be an ozone draw for Waterford. Milkowski tried to bank this off the glass, but this will belong to Detroit. Touch pass picked up off the back skate. Nice in one motion, and a good read for Prober. Gets a clean steal, but it gives it right to the Warhawks. So Jonathan Yanovsky, the former OU Golden Grizzly and one-time Shark, will send this in. Put it in on the end boards now. Patia. Chop it ahead. Redmond try to give chase. And a battle for it nicely. Goody sweeps it away. 2-on-2. Redmond behind him. Goody elects to drop for Redmond, and this shot gets brushed from the corner. Sharks have a couple back. You got one joining in Patia. As this is circled back in behind the end board. Zach Milkowski does get the steal nicely. Have to brace for some contact. Push ahead now, Redmond. Patia on the rush. Toe drags, waits, gets his shot off, blocked by Austin. Picked up out in front, backhand opportunity gets rifled high and tight. Warhawks recollect on the back skate. Nice move to escape some space. And a backlined stick lift will take it away. Sharks can go from right to left. Opportunity now for Isaac Gibbs. He's got the latest. Gibbs on his forehand, waits for space. Running behind the net. That went in! It banked! That was some mathematics right there. Not sure what it hit, but it went into the left side and in. And the Sharks lead goes to 9. 9-4. Not sure what that hit. I'd have to really look at that on the replay once we get the game story up. I think odd is really the only thing you can say. I feel badly for Nate Austin there because not much you could do with that one.
third period.
Here's a steal for Gibbs. Full spin.
Alex Sharp, assisted by number 9.
So Isaac Gibbs will get an assist. He's got a goal in this period as well. Alex Sharp with the goal. Again, we got the primary for the goal scorer and the assist, but the secondary, I think, are online. They've only been listing one assist, and I don't think every goal has only been one assist. Just saying that for the open. As Alex Sharp will collect across the neutral zone. He'll stay out there. I was wondering if he was going to get off the ice. The Warhawks and Jake Tomalak's squad take a little bit of a change as Gibbs had himself a strong third period. Pfeiffer, he's tied up, pushed up against the glass, stays on his feet. Luckily don't have any legs trapped underneath him. Sharks now try to brush this in between the slot. We'll have to get back on the back check now for Christopher Martin. So he'll settle back down. Bounces off of Martin, I believe. He's got Helgamo with him. Good play. Christopher takes his shot, and this is fought off by Nate Austin. We're almost halfway through the third. Gets another steal. Try to brush this in behind the net. It's canceled off. In the high slot now, Sharks turn. Here's a cross-ice feed. Prober set that one up, and that one got fired just wide for Brennan Sherwalk. He takes a crunch into the corner. Left side red line as the Sharks will flip ends of the ice, keep it in the O zone. Cole Helgamo will now pirouette. He looked for a one-time setup that got sticked away from him. Back to the point now, Goody rims it in behind the inboards. Cole will be the first to get to it. After taking that hit in the back of the head, he's okay. Sent back on, but I don't see Nick Papandrea on the ice right now. We did see Tommy Morgan after a little bit of the injury, but no number 5 for the Sharks. Theo Goody off the chop. This will be intercepted here for the Warhawks. The Sharks are there. Good pressure for Sherwalk. Gets the steal and allow the Sharks to calm things down a little bit. Theo Goody. Turnaround on his backhand. Polosha gets it in between his skates. Good setup there. Polosha driving. Needs some help there for Helgamo. Goes back to Theo. Now to the left side, looking for a feed out in front for Polosha. On his backhand on the left side red line. Intercept, looking for a breakout pass, and that was answered by Holt. Long chance hits the glass and goes out of play. We're almost halfway home in the third, more than halfway home in this night. And the Sharks look like they're on the fast track to taking another 2 points. That is what they want to do with the game in hand that they have. Again, they are a point pace ahead of the season standings over the Shadow and the MIHL South. George Holt. And off a pivot. He'll keep this one in the high slot, drop for Mulkowski in the left corner boards. This one will bounce off the glass, go right to George. He'll make the back pass to Chris Seeley. A little bit too long there coming from Mulkowski, and Hickner will leave it. This will be picked up for Holt, no icing, as this time will continue to be killed. Mulkowski, outstretched feet a little bit too far. And the Warhawks content to dump it back in. Both teams take their change. Sharks turn it over in their own end. But Patia there. His back pass. Picked up here, Redmond with a little dipsy doodle. Flip ice nicely, but nobody there to pick up the pass in the middle of the slot. George Holt, player coach for the Sharks. He's been around the bus for a long time, but he is a great player and an even better guy. All things that I've heard for George. 9:05 left to go in the third. John Hunter with you on this solo call in the red rink. That's the way it's going to be a lot for these Sharks games, but we'll just see the way when it gets in the playoffs or if Cooper Hopkins can join me next year. I always have my hopes for that. Picked up on the right side end boards. Warhawks take this one D off the back pass. They need to start working their way up the ice. They did a lot of that in the second, but the defensive detail and structure has been apparent in the third. Again, when you take 5 penalties, you want to come out and be stronger in this final frame. And it certainly looks like that's what was talked about for Televergroth's squad. And I like that. It's good to see attention to detail. You know you got the lead, you can play up and down, but when you need to hold the 5-goal lead, I know that doesn't sound anything dangerous, but you want to do it the right way. Don't make mistakes. McComas. Now for Gibbs, off the drop for Justin. Back to Isaac Gibbs out in front. It gets bounced up into the air. Sharks will get it, try to lift it high. It goes off the stick shaft and Nate Austin. Punched up and gloved down. And the Warhawks need a 2-on-1. Here's a wrister that will hit the glass. That was let go by Allen again. He is on hat-trick watch. He has been a one-man show on offense. That's not hard to say. McComas off the lead. Bounces up in the air. Away for Chris Martin, who was the defenseman leading the rush. Spinning around Gibbs is Allen. Breakout pass. Good cancel off there for Pfeiffer. Howard denied a goal-scoring opportunity and gives the Sharks an ozone draw with 7:30. Left zone dot, Allen will steal and off the tie-up. This hits the glass and stays in play. As it's sent back in behind the end boards, Martin will try to retrieve it. Polosha, excellent move. Escapes the pressure. Works his way now across the right wing. Polosha protecting. He takes a backhand. And this one is saved by Austin. Almost taking that one coast to coast. Number 61. That is why I'm hoping the Sharks go to the finals more so, less that I can call more games alongside the Go Live Sportscast, but get a chance to give number 61 a pat on the back for that alongside all these Sharks, because you know how hard they work and how dynamic they can be. As he got some stick taps and some pats after that one after the draw. 6:50 left to go in the first. This will be ripped back down the ice by Brendan Sherwalk. Austin comes out of the goal crease to play it. Make the calm pass across the right side red line. Shark steal. Polsha on the prowl. Sends it right in front to Sherwalk. That one's brushed aside with a stick of Austin. Now on the left side boards. Cole Halgamo was circling for a moment, but the Warhawks try to get this one up the gut. It's sticked out of the way and slapped down. Ian Warden's got to be attentive to that. From that chance from Johnny Ripto. Another long chance will be solved by Morton. That'll add to his save count. Helgamo. Make an outstretch. It's a good one here for the Sharks and Redmond. Redmond now. Work his way to the net on the backhand, and Austin's forced to make a save and he'll hold at 5:53. They counted an extra second off the clock. So once a few more minutes go by, I'll leave you the particulars just in case they cut me short for what's upcoming here for the Sharks. Again, they've just completed a 5-game road stand, but again, one of those games by the Warhawks at B-Dubs was postponed, so they will have one of those to make up. They went 3-0-1 on their 5-game road stand, essentially, with the last one, the 4-3 shootout loss to the Michigan Shadow. But it looks like they're going to take another 2 points today and look to start a new streak. Morton will push that one aside. Pass just too far for Dustin McComas. Now Patia in his own end as we get set for the final 5. I like those full college masks that you have there for a lot of the Sharks. Alex Sharp also wears the same. Also keep you better protected. Patia. Got to watch out for that high stick there. He battles for it in the corner. And off the one, this one flips in the air as we got a good camera shot of that puck, or at least a sight line. Patia now. Play this one off the backhand. Holt step up, force a steal, and players inadvertently fall down. Redmond's okay, but took a burn of that toward his neck. They're going to give him off the onside. Redmond gets it back. I'm not sure what he could have done with that right there. He was just getting up. That's a little bit of a hot dog there, but not Redmond's fault. Settled down across the right side end boards. I'm sure they'll have a good laugh about that one. Alex Sharp. That's a good pass. Across the right side boards. Shot will be blocked, and stepping in off the bench there. Good play for Pfeiffer. He'll get the steal and give the Sharks more time with the biscuit in their own end. Just a couple of goals to tell you about in this third period. And Isaac Gibbs has a goal and an assist in this period. Sharks have been able to keep it quiet after a very eventful second. Redmond now. Sharp. One more pass for Gibbs. Play at the net. It was loose, and he's got it underneath them. They got to blow this dead. 3:39. So Sharp and Gibbs, your goal scorers. Chris Seeligan an assist in this period. That's really all to tell you about here in this third. Picked up now for the Sharks, as this will be stolen. Pfeiffer can walk in and shoot. This goes off the left pad. And I think Austin does have this underneath them unless they got a goal. Now they signal it there. That should be the 10th there at 3:23. It's been a while since they played this song, but I can't list it for YouTube reasons. 3:23. As the Sharks score now again, I want to make sure that I have this correct. I thought I had 10-4, not 11-4. But I mean, it should be the third goal, unless I'm off one and forgot to list it on my sheet. But the latest at 3:23. Now and on the right side boards. Sharks will steal. Here is Mokowski off the ripper, saved by Austin and sticked away. Sharks will get to it though. Pfeiffer sends it across. Pushed up in behind the end boards now. Race for it. That's Allen again. He was on a hat trick watch, and Morton denies that. This will be bunched up into the air and flip back down the ice. That's a good save for Ian Morton off Allen. Again, he's already got 2 goals. You deny him a third, that's a big one. I know where the score is, but I think you love those as a goaltender. Theo Gooding. Sherwalk now across the right wing. Ripper save. Polosha try to stuff it home. Nate Austin with a couple of big stops at the end of this now. Prober funnels it at the net. And the Warhawks. Hickner. That's a glove save right there for Ian Morton. And that one was destined for the net at 158. D-zone draw for Waterford. Again, I can say it for another time. They've been excellent in these circles today. Starting with possession always kind of leads to good things. Looking for a breakout pass for Cole, who's on a hat trick watch. Theo Gooding. He was all alone to enter across the right wing. Now flip the pass for Cole. Cole funnels it toward the net. Big clapper! And this one is in and out in a hurry for the Sharks. So by my count, I had 7-4 after 2, and now 11-4 with 4 goals. And I think we should be correct with that. We'll get you the goal particulars once we get to the end of it, but that should be the correct score, unless I'm completely insane. Now for McComas. And off the top, this just rolls away from the blue line. Redmond. Now on the right wing side, steps through, gets it at the net to Austin. And we're down to the final 60 seconds. Now as we sit, let me just go ahead and give you the particulars. So the Sharks are on the road next week against the Muskegon Voyagers. Then they will go to the Frozen Fish Fiasco in Clark Park on January 31st. That's at about 8:30 in the morning. That'll be a road home game technically, but we won't have that. We will be back Sunday against the Kalkaska Kings at 2:30, February 1st, and then a couple of Sharks games in a row for you. Against the Shadow the following Saturday, February 7th, and then against the Muskegon Voyagers at 5:30 on February 14th. The Shadow game is at 8:30, the Voyagers game is at 5:30. 25 seconds left to go in the third. This is an outstretched pass for McComas. Let's see what he can do on a one-on-one. You got a later arriver off the rush in Redmond, who gets taken down. But the Sharks are going to take a big 2 points. They get back to their winning ways. They go up in the season series, not losing a game against the Warhawks. They do so in convincing fashion. They win this one 11-4. They make the third period very clean. They score 4 times. It was penalty filled in the second, not so in the third. They clamp down on the Warhawks, win big. So they get their game in hand. They win it against the Warhawks. They win 11-4. Now all that's left to figure out is what happened next with the Shadow when they'll be battling them. We'll be on the air again after a little bit of a pause. February 1st, 26, 2:30 against Kalkaska Kings. That's your final 11-4. Sharks win over the Warhawks. Take care, everybody.